is a hypothetical language used to design a page. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And CSS is decorate that page.
Okay.
So there are tags. You can do different tags. Like different purpose, different tags are used.
Mm-hmm.
Like CSS has this that we can see this in the CSS we can set the background color and other theme fonts.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah, means also in handling the events also using HTML.
Handling what?
Event like button click event and all.
Okay, got it. So I hope you see my screen.
Yes.
HTML5. You may refer this document for HTML5, CSS3. We are not going to create a separate thing.
Mm-hmm.
But this for TypeScript, we need to complete the document. We will surely do that. That would be good revision for you also. But you can refer this document for HTML5 and other things. So what is this HTML5, CSS3 and other things do together? So presently you have seen one piece of puzzle. So presently you have learned the JS. TypeScript is also JS, because ultimately your TS is going to be converted to what? JS, right?
Yes.
So whenever you talk about any of the website, it has three parts. One thing which makes it dynamic, another which provides the structure, another which provides the structure, and another which provides the UI or appearance. And whenever you combine these three things, you get a decent website. This is your web app. JS. So structure, UI or the appearance. So structure is provided to you by HTML. What is this 5? We'll see later on. Appearance is provided to you by CSS3. And Angular is written on the top of something DOM, and Angular, you can say, is the framework which does this part effectively. But it's all about JS. You are doing what? JS. So presently you have seen this part. Now, one which provides structure to your website and one which provides appearance, that is pending. So JS makes your website dynamic. Button clicks, changing the things. Who does that thing? JS does that things. Communicating with the servers. Who does that thing? JS does that thing. So you can consider this is a 50% of your website, and this is JS is 50% of your website. Alone JS is. Right? So we have understood what exactly we are going to learn. Structuring and appearance. That part we are going to learn. Along with this, DOM. This also I am going to include because you know JS. Now what I mean to say that, let us see. One more quick update for this thing. Thumbnail for the YouTube videos would be getting changed. What I'm saying, thumbnail from today, thumbnail for the YouTube videos would be getting changed. Okay. So here I can say date 29, and here we can say readme.md, a UI first lecture, UI development. It's kind of a crash course. Today we are going to do crash course, right? And YouTube important events I will write, thumbnail change. Now so far you have just created a JS file, right? And you have executed that JS file. Presently I will not go to the TS file just to avoid confusion. Just JS file. So there is one more file, index.html. File name can be anything. So here we will write the HTML. So there is an extension available in your VS Code. Just type HTML and select second one. Meaning of each and every line we are going to discuss. Don't worry. Hello?
Yes, yes.
So first, UI. Meaning of each and every line we are going to discuss, but not today. Now here I need to have something like this. Here I need to have something like this, a website I would like to create, a simple page. Onto that page there would be something called as num1, on that page here we can have this input box, and this one button. I told you we are going to start with the login page. So here little name would be there, username, password. So what aspects are there to this page? First, creating the layout, layouting the things. So username below there is a text box, so these two are just above this password, and login button over here. Layouting is important. Then tags, use of proper tags is very important. Then validations are important. So these two things can be done by means of HTML5, CSS3. Okay, now events. These two things can be done by means of JavaScript. Right? Layouting is a part of CSS3. Which tags needs to be used for what is a part of HTML5. Right?
Yeah.
So this simple page we need to develop today. It might be too much for you today, I know, But don't worry, I want to give you a total intro to the web development. Okay.
Yeah.
So first we need to have this a div. What do you mean by div? We will see. Or let's have a main. Main is called as semantic tags. We are going to see in detail. Don't worry. Then into this main, we would be having a div, a page division, another div we would be having into this label, say username, and here input type text, say placeholder, or input type, just say input type text. Am I audible?
You are audible, the screen is not visible. Yes, your screen
Okay, is it visible now?
is visible.
So one more kind of this password. Input type is password in this case. So one more div would be there. Div is dividing the page. It is called as page division. And input type button. And value is login. Now, hence, so far we were running this JS file. But now we need to open this HTML file. Let's say open with, here we can say, let's say reveal in Finder. Let's open with something like this. In the browser, I will open. It will look like this.
Mhm.
It will look like this, right?
Yeah.
But it is not having any proper UI.
Mhm.
It is not having proper UI. How we are going to provide the UI? See, structuring. What we have done now?
Structure.
We created the structure, but appearance and layouting wise, this is bad.
Yeah.
You getting my point?
Yes.
So let me push this much code first, go through it. So crash course, and here I can say login structure. And if you have any queries related to this, you can ask me. I know these things might be a little new to you, but in the first lecture, we are going to do everything that we would be doing throughout the course. I have pushed the code, open the code on your machine and go through it first.
Yes, Amit. Done.
Okay. Any question?
Yes. Um, yes.
So you learn the programming language. Now we are going to
Yes.
see where exactly it is implemented.
Yeah. So, div tag I know.
Okay,
Here
div tag,
about.
you know what is the meaning of it?
It divides the page as you said, but means it each content of div tag is added on the new line or what?
Hmm. That's
Is
what
that
the
mean?
page division is.
So
Whatever
it
you
is
write.
horizontal.
It's a row.
It's a row.
Correct.
Okay, so pure meaning is row. Div is a row.
Hmm.
And what about main tag? Means I heard about head and body, but
Mm-hmm.
don't know about the main.
Okay. So this thing is called as semantic tags. Means if you can remove the main and you can
Mm-hmm.
write it in a div like this. So it will work, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever the third party crawlers like Google crawls the
Mm-hmm.
website and gets the content,
Mm-hmm.
that crawler gets confused. What is the difference between this div and this div,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to feed that particular bot a proper message that this part is a main part of my web page,
Mm-hmm.
HTML5 came up with this idea. We are going to see that anyways. Semantic tags, giving a meaning to your some parts. And what is that? We will see shortly. Okay. Just right now, you can remember it's a semantic tag.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a semantic tag. This is a div, and which is creating a plain structure. There is no appearance. First thing I need to make this username and password to the center of the screen, right?
Yeah.
Now one more guy is coming to the picture. That is nothing but what the style is. Style is. So here we can write the style. So I can target this element either by name of the element or by ID or by class name. You will get to know in upcoming sessions. But today I will write this main. This main means what? It is targeting this element. And here I can say display flex. Display flex. Before that, this is the body tag we have, and this is the HTML tag we have. So I need to assign width and height to this body and HTML. So here you can say width 100 VW. These are the dimension units of the website. We are going to see in detail. 100 VH, viewport height, viewport width. If you look at this, there is something called as meta tag viewport. Your website will absolutely work on mobile as well as tablet as well as desktop. But this line is a key to that. What is the meaning of that? We will see shortly. Okay, so this is the main tag I have. This is the main tag. Now refresh it. Something would be getting changed like this. Now flex direction. Flex direction, I can say column. Now again those things will fall behind, like fall below each other like this. Now if I give a little background color, so how much main is exactly? Bisque. Can you see this much is the main exactly? So background I have given, this much is the main. Now I need to move this content to the center over here. So you can do uh, what is a display? Okay, flex direction is column. Align items center. It came to the center. Now we can give width or height to this main. Height 100%. So who is the parent of this main? Body is the parent. How much height to the body? 100 viewport height. So if you go here, can you see this much is your main now. Now what you need to do? If you want to align the items along the main axis, here main axis is column, then you can use align items. Now vertical axis, justify content center. Now if you see here, this guy came to the center like this. But remember that this whole is your main. So you introduced the whole is main. The whole bisque color, whatever you see behind the screen, is this main. Can you see this main tag you are targeting over here? This is the main tag you are targeting over here. And to the main tag, you have given these styles. These styles are doing this effect. Correct? Now I need this username to be at the top of this. If you see our username to be top, password to be top. Deliberately I'm doing a lot of things here. Now these two divs also will have some classes. So here I can say dot text or dot user IP, user input, USIP, we can say USIP. So I can apply that class over here. We are going to see what do you mean by class in detail. So whatever I am going to write today, I'm guaranteeing you, you will become a master of that part at the end of this course. Okay. So here I can say again display flex. Now what do you mean by flex? A very important concept of CSS3. If you master this concept, your life would be a lot of easier, right? And I'm going to focus a lot on this. Okay, again, flex direction column. You can see username goes here below that password. I need little gap between these two. So we can create so here we can create, so here I can say margin top. So margin, or instead of empty, and how much? Margin top. And here we can say 16 pixels. Again, the absolute unit, sorry, yeah, this is the absolute unit we have used over here. This is the relative unit. This is the relative unit. What do I mean by those? We will see. And why there is no margin? Okay, we didn't apply it. So here just see empty and refresh it. You see little gap is there. Also here we need a margin top. We can say empty. Refresh it. This is the margin. Okay. So we have written this much thing. Let's go to the Gemini. Now I want to teach you this part also using Gemini. Now I will give this code to the Gemini and I can say, can you please, don't be so formal, can you please increase width, width, and height of input boxes, input boxes. It will do that for you. Just you have submitted the context. Absolutely, there are two ways to do that, right? Using external CSS, fine. Just give me a large input. Can you see? Create the CSS class called as large input, width 200 pixels, height 30 pixels, and apply that class over here. So what we can do, just copy this class, absolutely copy and paste large input. Okay, large input, and apply it to this large input. Here also a large input. Go here, refresh it, height little bit higher, say 80 pixels. Okay, I got it what's happening. Just don't worry about this. Just refresh it. Font size. Now I know this thing, that's why I'm large. Where exactly? Okay, to the div we are doing it. Large input should be on this input class, input, and just remove this large input from here, and this, refresh it. Can you see? Little bigger, right? And now go to the Gemini and ask, please make a login button with login button with blue color, blue color like bootstrap buttons are having. Also make it a rounded corner. I know all these things, but I want you to become expert in writing the prompts also. There is one term called as prompt engineering, right? So don't use bootstrap. No, see, it got confused. Don't use bootstrap, but create classes, create own class. Yeah, it has created the class login button. Let's copy this thing, bootstrap primary blue. So what I ask in short, bootstrap website, just go to this is one of the CSS framework. We are going to, yeah, this kind of button. Can you see the button? I want this kind of button. So just copy this CSS and paste it in your style, login button, and here you can apply it to this class and login button along with the rounded corner and other things. You will get it. See, login, password, and this thing. Now we can change color to these guys, username and password. Now text faint, text or low we can say, and text color or simply color faint gray. So color names can be given like this: class text low. So you were bothering about these things only, right? How to build the UI. So don't worry, you will become absolutely master in it. So username, password. So this is your login screen. Now Now just remove the background color. Okay, what are the takeaways from this? Whatever we have typed it, use Gemini, right, or Chat GPT. Absolutely use it, right? So these chatbots or the AI assistants you have to use while you learn and while you implement the things. Even third-party frameworks, we are going to see this also, but at the very later stages, not now. First, I want you to write this button on your own. Take a help of ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever you want to do. But you need to build this button on your own. I will push this much code. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, now one more thing. I want to provide a shadow to this. I want to provide shadow around this box. For that, I need to change the structure. Deliberately, I have done this thing. Now, inside that, we need one section. Let's ask Gemini. I need to provide shadow around the login screen. So modify. See, this is what people are going to do. The people who are not knowing programming languages, they will communicate with the system by means of English, and code would be getting generated behind. I need to provide shadow around the login screen. To modify it as per my suggestions, add one section tag in main tag and move whole content this might make a mistake, no problem, and move whole content to section. Write css to the section and apply shadow. Also remove background color bisque. Now see what it does. Hopefully it will do correct. Okay, let's see the content. Yeah, it has done correctly. Section has been added in the main and this content has been shifted to the section. It has created login screen class. Let us see the login screen class. Where is the login screen? Okay, seems correct. And can you see it has removed the default, okay, body margin it has removed. Okay, body margin it has removed. And from the main, where is the main? Yeah, to the main it has done nothing. No problem. So if you see this login screen, you can get it. Otherwise, we also can type on our own, no problem. But I wanted to show you how powerful it is. So let's do it on our own. We can do a section, and into the section, let's move this thing. Okay. Now to the main, we have given 100% width and height. Here it has make a mistake. It has removed a style to the main. Okay. It has removed that. Now what we need to do to that section, what is the section, you will get to know. To that section, let us see what's happening here. It has changed. Now to the main, whatever we have written, these things are not required. This background is also not required. Just refresh it. Rest of the things are same. Oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
can you create another file?
Another?
Another file.
Yeah, I'll do
Latest.
that. I'll do that. Just a minute. So just don't worry about the code. Just absolutely don't worry about the code. So what you would be doing throughout the session or throughout the course, that I am explaining to you. Okay. So this is the section. Section would be also display flex, and here we can say flex direction column. Now refresh it. Flex direction column. This is the section. Flex direction would be the column. So we need to have login button. So div, or we can say lgn dv, login div, display flex, justify content center. Justify content center, and here lgn dv. Yeah, it would be at the center like this. Now to the section we need to have a border, 1px solid gray. Now what do you mean by this? You will get to know. Can you see a border has been added to this? Let's add padding from all four sides, 16 pixels. Do we need more? We need more, 32 pixels padding from all four sides. Okay, and shadow we need to use box shadow. Box shadow and border box shadow. Just go here and refresh it. You see a little shadow around it. And to whole background, if you can give a background color azure, it's bad. Cyan. Okay, and background to this section, background color would be white. This becomes white. Now you can see little shadow over here, this username, password, and this. So what we have done so far, we have created proper layout. Layout we have created by means of the flex box. Okay, layout we have created by means of what? Flex box. We are going to see flex and grid in very much detail. Whatever things I have typed so far, all that things we are going to see in detail. Now your page is ready. So I will push this much code, HTML or crash course, HTML and CSS for login page. Now if you see here, I have written everything in one HTML file. This is the bad idea. So your every web application will have, here we can say app.css file. So whole this code won't be in this file, but that would be shifted to the separate file, and you need to link to that file, link ref css, and here we can say app.css. So this line will include this file, right? See, still it is working. Now what about JS? Where is the JS? So here you can say script. So whatever JavaScript you have studied, that JavaScript you can write under the script tag. That JavaScript you can write under what? This script tag. Now what is the relationship of JavaScript and this HTML code? There is a relationship. Now if you go here, inspect it, and go to the console and just type document and hit the enter. Now browser gives you a complete HTML page. Browser gives you access to this HTML page or content of this HTML page via one object, built-in object, that is the document. So if you refer to the document, right, document will give you access to each and every tag. Document will give you access to each and every tag that you have written in your HTML, so that you can access it in the script level. Let me give you example. If I want to access this input box, I can give something called as ID. There are multiple ways, we will see that later on. ID, and here I can say USNM. This is the username, and if I want to access that, what I can do? Const. Now you know what do you mean by const. USNM is equals to, now you get access to complete tags via which object? A built-in object, a browser object, document. And that object gives you few methods also. Get element by ID. Get element by ID. So here I can refer this ID over here, and you can console.log this USNM. Just refresh it. Okay, just do one thing. Move this at the end of the body. Why, we will see later on. Refresh it. Okay, CSS has been loaded. Script. We are writing this script. Refresh it. Yeah, script have been added here. Const this. Okay, simply do console.log. Hello. Yeah, because of this AAA is not working. Can you see hello is also printing? And can you see this input tag you are getting in a script? This input tag, JavaScript accesses the HTML via document object. Browser loads all this HTML in the document object. Just a minute. Yeah. So we are talking about the document object. The document object, whenever your HTML gets loaded in the browser gives access to all this HTML by means of document object. So likewise this, you can get access to input. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
By means of this
Yes.
document dot get element by ID. Another thing, similarly, if you want to access this password, yeah,
This object is a part of browser.
browser, it's not available in Node.js. Const pass is equals to document dot get element by ID password. Okay.
Yeah.
Now what I wanted to do, so above this section, let's have a div and login success, and here we can say login fail, login success, login fail. Now here itself you can write the style like this. Color means foreground color green, green. There are multiple ways of writing the styles. We are going to see this in detail. And red. Can you see login success and login fail? Now if I pass ABC, AAA, ABC and click on the login, it should print login success. Otherwise it should print login fail. Now in JavaScript, you know how to do if-else conditions. This object is giving you access. This object is giving you access to what? HTML. And you want to see this login success and fail on the click of button. Let's move ahead. And this is our button. Here again we need to have an ID. And we can say LGNBTN. ID would be what? LGNBTN. So const btn is equals to document dot get element by ID. See, and after having this course, you will get to know the importance of the Angular. So whatever code you have written so far, Angular only requires this much code and know this code. We'll see that later on. Just forget about that. So btn dot add or on click is equals to, what is this? Can you tell me? What is this?
Function.
What is this? There is a specific name.
Yeah. Inline function.
Say that again.
Arrow function.
Arrow function, correct. This is the arrow function. Now let me modify it. So we need to print this thing, login success fail. So just I wanted to show you what we need to do. If you want to make it bold, let's see strong tag. And here also we can apply strong tag. Strong is one of the tag which will make it bold. Okay. But you got to know what things exactly needs to be done. So I will remove this color. I will remove this color. Also, I will remove this content and I will just keep this guy empty. And here I can add one ID and status STS. I can see STS. I can see means now if you get the access to this username and password, and one more efficient thing we will do, we will move this inside this button click. So what is going to happen whenever you are going to click the button? Whenever you are going to click this button, this much function would be getting called. If you want to see that, here you can see console.log button clicked. Button what? Clicked. So go here, inspector console, refresh it, click the button. Can you see button clicked? Right? Means this function is getting called. So once function is getting called, you are getting the values of username and password. You are getting what values? So how to do that? Const or here we can say IP USNM. IP means input. This is not the actual value. So this would be actual value. USNM is equals to IP USNM dot value dot what? Value. And const pass also IP pass dot value. These two things we have got. You may print this console.log US dollar USNM pass and dollar pass. So button clicked, get element by ID, IP USNM. So this is the HTML element. Now can you see this is the built-in code they already have written. These many methods they already have written. To what we have assigned? ID USN. Oh, can you see both the places? USNM. This is the USNM. USNM. This is the pass. This is the password. It is this. On button click. IP USNM dot value. Can you see now? Just add it. Add it. Can you see username? You are getting this, and pass also you are getting this. Here you can say 123. Can you see ASDF 123? So you got the two numbers. Two things you have got over here. Now what you need to do, you need to just check it. If, tell me the code, if USNM dot, if USNM exactly equals to what? ABC and pass exactly equals to 123, then that is a success. Then if you see here, there is one empty thing we have kept. Okay, and inside this, so we need to change the color of this guy, right? We need to change the color of this. If it is success, it should be green, otherwise it should be red. Also this content is dynamic, Angular. You need Angular for this. Now see how much lines of code we need to do here. So first, if let's get the access, const a control CTRL, means control means any HTML tag is called as control. STS is equals to document dot get element by ID STS. Remember that control STS. If dot inner text, we need to add text inside this, right? And that's why inner text. That's why inner text is equals to login success. Also we need to change the style. CTRL dot style dot color, whatever properties you have done over there, right? You can do that things like this also. Color green. Now here else we need to write login failure, login fail, and color is red. Refresh it. ABC 123. Can you see login success? If you need margin, go here into this section. We already have written a section, margin top 16 pixels. Refresh it. Can you see login fail? Now here I can add ABC 123. Login success. Correct? Now the way we have shifted this CSS, the way we have shifted this CSS to the separate file, in a same fashion we can shift this JavaScript also to the separate file. That's why I have written this app.js. Just paste it in app.js, and at the end just refer it script src app.js. So instead of writing script over here on this page, you can write script in a separate page. ABC 123 login fail. ABC 123 login success. Hello?
Yeah.
So let me push this much code. Here we can say crash course, JavaScript crash course, JS part added. See now what we have done. If you remember this diagram, who provides the structure? Who provides the structure?
HTML.
HTML provides the structure. Now you got to know what do you mean by structure.
Yeah.
Who provides the appearance?
CSS.
CSS. Who provides the dynamism?
Yes.
That is the JS. So presently you have worked on this part. And these two things are not that difficult. You just need to know few elements, few tags, and some structure. So here CSS3 is absolutely important. So if you master this, your lot of life is easier. Right? So this is what HTML CSS3. Now what is this? What do you mean by this 5? What do you mean by this 3? You can relate it ES5 and ES6. There are the differences, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. This is the 5th revision. This is the 3rd revision. Something new things have been added in HTML. New thing have been added in a CSS3. We'll see that time to time. But this is what your whole next journey would be. This is how we would be working with HTML5, CSS3 and JavaScript. JavaScript and TypeScript. Now where is the TypeScript? We'll see that. Don't worry. Now you know what do you mean by TypeScript. So generation of this file is only role of TypeScript. That's it. Your browser doesn't know the TypeScript. So you will write what, instead of writing this thing in a JS, just go here and ask Gemini to convert it to the TS. Convert to TypeScript. So TS will convert this code. Actually, this is a reverse process we are going to do. We are going to write code in the TypeScript. We are going to compile it, and that file we are going to give it to. Yeah, see, it has created the TS code also. The TS code will look like this, something like this. Types have been added, right? And now this code you will compile so that you will get this code, and this code is injected in the web app. TypeScript is for you. I'm saying again, TypeScript is for you. Browser has nothing to do with the TypeScript.
Yes.
Got it? In Angular, same thing happens. You write the TypeScript code, Webpack converts it, Babel Webpack converts it to the JS, and that JS files are loaded in your app.
So, actually, do we need to write the TypeScript for a JS code?
Yeah, to generate the JS code, that's it. And a lot of things, types have been added. Can you see here, HTML button element, HTML input element. So you would be very much precise what is going to happen. Rest is same, there is no difference.
My question is like here in the you have created the app.js, right? And now suppose I need to add the app.js itself, or I can write the TS file and
No,
the code and the browser will take care of converting it.
no, you need to write JS file in the HTML file. TypeScript is for your understanding. Here it will, JS will go. There are some frameworks which do that thing automatically, like Angular, but we are going to go manual till last sessions of this course. And then I'm going to introduce you to some frameworks, Node.js, for creating all this manual stuff automatic. But not now. You need to take effort now to do that thing manually. So that should be very much clear in your head. There is nothing to do with the TypeScript and browser in the Angular also.
Okay. But Angular code understand TypeScript code?
Yes, in Angular, 100% TypeScript is there, and it
Right.
converts a one JS file. We'll see that. There is something called as Webpack. Let's not talk about that right now.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is about the first session, and this is actual. So this can be usable in your project. That screen we have created. If you can add the validations over here, regular expressions, right? Now you know what do you mean by regular expressions. So username must contain uppercase, lowercase, and whatever. Regular expression. Password must contain uppercase, lowercase. Regular expression. And you know how to test with the regular expression. There is a test function. So whatever this username and password you have got, test them. Otherwise, return the error. Correct? Fine. This is for the day. We'll meet tomorrow.
Will you stop recording?
Yeah.